in the 90s, and especially in the commercial city of Lagos. Now, these were adult men and women who specialized in defrauding unsuspecting Nigerians and foreigners. Now, in recent times, especially with the coming of the internet, young Nigerians have also joined in this trade, claiming it is their only alternative to unemployment. However, the question is this claim true? And what does this hold for Nigerians home and abroad? My name is Joyce Chooks, and the conversation is about to begin. On the breakfast show this morning, we are going to be discussing internet fraud in Nigeria and its implications for Nigerians. Good morning.
Good morning.
How do you guys feel?
Good.
First of all, I think this is a super dicey conversation.
Okay.
Because so many Nigerians profit from internet fraud.
Yeah.
We have parents that are fully aware that this is the job their children do. We have so many big weddings by very, very young people who cannot point to the source of their income, and we act like it's okay. So yes, your opinions on this might bring you some attack.
Yeah. Yes.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Is it worth it?
It's ready.
So let's go bold. When you hear internet fraud, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
First thing that comes to my mind is scam.
Okay.
Scam alert, beware, be warned. So, well, personally, I think internet fraud is mostly from our youths. It stems from unemployment of the youth. Mostly, I would say it's lazy youth. Don't hate on me, but I would say it's lazy youths who won't go out there to work hard and make their own money. They rather stay at home and fraud others who have worked hard for their own money because they want to make quick money. So that's what comes to my mind when I heard what internet fraud.
Okay, a lot of fraudsters will argue with you that they're not lazy. I remember seeing a video of a young man that was breaking his PC that day, saying that he has been working for the past 2 years and client has not paid. So, you know, that must be a very hardworking man. Anyways, Joan, what you hear, when you hear internet fraud, when you hear Yahoo Yahoo, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
To me, it's when you take scam people out of their hard money, like you take money that does not belongs to you. Although both said they are lazy, I disagree, because it actually takes time and effort to be able to scam someone.
From experience.
No, it takes time and effort. You have to think of ways to persuade someone to let go of his or her hard-earned money. So I feel when I hear Yahoo scam, I think of
hard-working fraud.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't have to call your name. Just go ahead.
On this matter, I believe that internet fraud is taking advantage of someone who has hard-earned money, deceiving the person and taking his money just to satisfy yourself. And then we have to also understand that internet fraud is just like in the new one. The whole fraud thing has always been there.
So
it's just that now I haven't been a criminal, Joyce, but it's just that now it's more rampant and you have more young people going into it. You know, if you look back in time, that's why we have 419 as a thing, and you know, people just had a way of defrauding people and getting their hard-earned money. But now people are taking advantage of the internet and using it to scam people. You know, I read an article of a lady who just put her name on a dating site, and wow, she thought she was dating a 47-year-old man, only to discover eventually that it was a 27-year-old guy who was just trying to defraud her.
Well, if she put it to her heart, she could have been dating for 7 years. Anyways, let's move on. Now, the most common form of internet fraud, especially in this day and time, is romantic fraud.
Yes.
Basically, they go online, especially on Facebook. I think that is the biggest site so far. They go online on Facebook, either pretend to be somebody else or use their own face, use their own identity, and start and build a romantic relationship with an unsuspecting person. And then they begin making demands. I'm in the hospital. My son has kidney stones, we're having to do a transplant of his liver, on so many stories that do not add up. Now, someone argued that this is not different from the kind of dating that happened in Nigeria, where a man is dating a woman or a woman is dating a man and they start making outlandish financial claims. Now, the defense is saying that it is not a bad thing because that is normally how we date. Is that true? What do you guys think?
This is saying that you're dating someone, but then again, you take advantage of the person by collecting so much amount of the money, deceiving the person that you have a business you're being launched into, it's still stealing. You're just deceiving people in a different way.
But is it different from the kind of dating that we already see?
I'm sorry, can I ask that how many relationships do we have these days that we literally just have to collect so much amount of money and then just break it out?
A lot of relationships, a lot.
Oh, well, for me, it's still, because eventually, if you take this lady, for example, that I just spoke about, thought she was dating a 47-year-old guy, and then she was excited to, release her emotions because she went through a very bad divorce. And then the trauma of finding out that you have been dating someone who was just 27 years old, that's one. Two, you find out that this person is taking advantage of it, telling you that, help me, I want to invest in this business. It's all shades of crazy, emotional blackmail.
So what do you guys think? Is it not just what we already do as relationships?
Sadly, it's what we do, because nowadays when you see people, teenagers who are in a relationship, they tend to make demands. Some go into the relationship because they just want to eat your money, the way they call it. They don't really put their heart down to actually love you or care for you. And if you compare it to the internet fraud, it's almost the same thing. So sadly, it is the same way we date here. Majority, not everybody, but majority of us, that's what we do here in Nigeria.
But I see your face. What's up?
I don't agree that it's the majority. Although I do agree to a certain point that is how it goes, but I don't agree that it's the majority, because internet fraud, it's criminal. Like, nobody can come and arrest you for dating a man and then wanting him to take care of you, and you get your portion out of it. But when you go and lie to someone, deceive them, make up some ridiculous story, and in fact you might be a woman pretending to be a man, now that is completely different compared to you are seeing me, we are face to face. My name is this, this is my last name, this is my real age. Okay, yeah, maybe I add some extra, to get you to give me. Maybe you're not so free with your hand, and I say some things to get you to give me. I can't really compare it to the gravity of the offense.
Okay, so the sin is bigger, but it's same sin.
Yeah, same thing, but that one is
so Nigerian women are fraudsters.
No,
I never said anything like
Nobody said that.
Okay, so let's continue. Now, there's a belief system that I think is flawed, but I want to hear from you guys. Now, there's a belief system that claims that you cannot be defrauded if you're not a greedy person. Now, we can go back to the common fraud that we know. You enter a bus, or you're working on do. Somebody comes, okay, I beg, Chief Osa company, you get one diamond where I see. That's it, you go and you go town. You know what, see, for me, the diamond, I just see whether we all share the money, only me and you, I see you so. So people used to always claim that if you are not a greedy person, if you are not expecting money that you did not work for, you cannot be defrauded.
Okay.
Is this true?
Okay, first of all, if we let's take your example. Now, many times people are being defrauded in our localities by such things because they think that if I use this 1,000 naira now, I will use it to get like 50k, and so the quest of being greedy makes people defrauded. But when it comes to the whole fraud thing, the internet fraud thing, it's a quite different case. Now, we also have cases of people pitching to you that they have a business and that they want you to invest. Now, I'm an individual, I have so much money, I think that if you convince me and you tell me that if I invest into this business, I will get so and so and so amount, and then I do it, only to discover that you had your account was a scam account, everything you said was a scam, and then I lose all my money. That isn't greed. That was me trying to make an investment with my money, because investments are good. Now, you come in that way, I'm not greedy, but many other times there are other people who are greedy, and then they just take advantage of this situation.
So it's a two-edged sword then. What do you guys think? Does greed play a role in getting defrauded?
Yes. One of the major causes of the increase of internet fraud is greed. People are not contented with what they have. They want quick money. Now, it's a different ball game if I really want to invest genuinely. At least you have to follow the due process. And if you find out that you're a fraud, that one is a different case. But majority, the one we see these days, they are not contented. They just want quick cash. Where you give somebody 1k and you're expected to get 50k. That's greed. So majority of the major cause of the increase in fraud here in Nigeria, because we are greedy, we are not contented, we want quick cash, we just want to get the money and spend it, we don't want to go through the normal process, we don't want to sweat for the money. So I feel that is why greed is on the high increase in Nigeria.
And you are saying yes because she kept nodding.
Like, I agree with her completely because just reminding me of a story from when I was little. Like,
Tell
permit
me.
me to say the story.
Okay.
When I was little, there's this game where they will hide a ball under a cup and they'll still like that. And they were doing it, and I was like, I can see it. Why is people not getting it? I was seeing the ball. Why didn't I get it? So the man said, you keep talking from afar. Yeah, come and do it. And I did it, and I got it. So he now gave me 15 naira. And I was like, wow. I said, come and try and see if you can get 100 naira. No, a normal setting would have taken my 15 naira and my first instinct was run to my mom and say, I made 15 naira, be proud of me, you understand? But my greed got the better of me.
Okay.
And I gambled that 15 naira, 100 naira, and I
everything.
lost it. I lost it. So now there is a lesson in that. In a sense, I agree with her. Greed is the major problem that is facing us. That drive for quick money, and I won't just say it's Nigeria only. It's
human
worldwide.
factor.
It's a human factor. Our greed, our need, that hunger to be rich. That like as if it's our sole purpose in life. I want millions. If I don't have millions, I've not lived life yet.
Well, technically, I have to buy Benz. Let's tackle where we are right now in the country. Now, I think it's over a month now, or even maybe two Nigerian artists clashed on the international stage. It started off with Simi Sola claiming that she doesn't want internet fraudsters to buy her music or come to her concerts. Now, somebody whose name was not mentioned in any way, shape, or form decided to involve himself. He goes by the name of Naira Marley. Anyways, he claimed that the major of international money coming into Nigeria was because of our internet fraudsters. He claimed that they were bringing money into the country. He claimed that they were using the money to set up businesses and creating jobs for the unemployed Nigerians. So not only were they fixing their own unemployment, they were employing people. Does fraud help the unemployment problem in this country? Remember that a lot of businesses you and I know are set up by fraudsters.
Okay.
Is fraud helping the unemployment situation? You guys know I love to play devil's advocate. That's gonna be shocked, and I love it.
Personally, first of all, I see this as a two-sided thing. Now, I have noticed, and I may be wrong, but I have noticed from observation and from looking at what these fraudsters do, when they set up businesses, and most of the times, these businesses don't last.
They last.
Well, I'm
last.
speaking from my observation. So yes, most of them don't last, and that means that we're actually back to square one. Now, of course, when people get cash and then they set up businesses, of course they get people employed. When you have cash, you definitely start to put more into other people's businesses. You invest the money back in the country, but that doesn't take away the fact that it is giving us a bad stigma.
But we have job.
We have job, but we're getting bad stigmas. We're getting wrong international reputation, you know, and then everybody just knows that Yahoo is the new scam alert. You understand?
Amazing. So what do you guys think?
For me,
remember that you might have a cousin that's employed in a hotel, bank manager, a hotel manager, and you know that he's on that. You know, and money is not clean.
For me,
your cousin watching you.
Too wrong doesn't make it right.
Okay.
The fact that they actually create some businesses and employ you doesn't make it right.
Yes.
Doesn't make it. It doesn't give it a new picture. So it's still a crime at the end of the day. So I feel that standard because they create business, we should overlook it. It's not something that we, like she said, it's even not a bad international rep. Like people look at Nigerians and see us like fraudsters, even when we are genuinely want to do something. Yes, they don't take you seriously. I feel that is a bad reputation enough. So let's not try to justify that because they create businesses for us. It now means we should accept it. No, fine they do, but at the end of the day, too wrong doesn't make it right. So
and can I just say something, Joyce? In addition, you know that the day that EFCC comes to take over that hotel or that establishment, everybody's unemployed.
Not really. The gateman is not getting arrested.
Why?
The cleaners are not getting arrested. It's the guys in management.
I mean that when EFCC shuts down the hotel, everybody in that hotel becomes unemployed. Back to square one.
The other G-boy that built the other.
Oh God.
Anyways, let us move into this. Now, I need to ask this question, and it's kind of, all my questions have been like this, so I don't even know what's going into me. But one of the countries that is most popular for identity fraud and identity theft, which is a thing that our own Yahoo boys, our own Yahoo boys are known for, it's the United States. The United States records some of the highest levels of identity fraud in the world. Now, do you think the Nigerians are being blackballed for identity fraud just because we're a black nation, even though we are not the highest propagators of this problem?
Yes. Because do you know that there's a nickname called the Nigerian Prince?
And there are a lot of white Nigerian princes.
Yeah, but then they've called it the Nigerian Prince, so now it's a stigma. Now it's as if Yahoo originated from Nigeria. Meanwhile, it wasn't. We just learned the handiwork. We just learned. But now it's not termed Nigerian Prince, and we're the one taking the fall for everything. And yeah, I know of that. I read about it. It's America that has the largest identity theft. I don't even know if our Yahwehs have graduated to that level yet. Forgive me if you have. But I don't know if we have, because that is not the level we've gotten yet. Mostly is the Nigerian Prince email.
That is what we do, though. The ones on dating sites, you pick a picture of a military man. It's usually people in the military. You reach out to other women and say that you are in a camp in Afghanistan, and you guys talk for like a month. And then you say your son has appendicitis, you can't transfer money to the state. They help you transfer money to the state. So it's still identity theft.
How about that one is strong? Do you know they'll be face to face with you, sitting down having a conversation, and they'll claim to be someone else? Oh, we're even hiding behind a computer. They will come with somebody's card, credit card, and they'll swipe it with confidence that it's them, it's their name. They walk around claiming, I am this person, I am a senator, I am a soldier. In fact, they don't wear the uniform. They take it to a whole different level. So they should stop blaming us like as if we're the originators of it. We're just learning from them.
The thing I see here is that most times when when such things happen, and then people tend to not look at the international scene and see that these things are general happening. Now, it's not just Nigeria that we have fraudsters. We have fraudsters everywhere. We have people defrauding companies with different things. So the stigma that they put around Nigerians, I may want to say it's a big prejudice, but I'm also thinking that we cannot just blatantly say, hey, it's a black thing, it's an attack, because we caused it for ourselves. If it is not so rampant and excessive, and they keep doing it, you will not, do you understand? It will not now fall back to us. You walk into, you travel the country, and then you're a Nigerian, and then the first thing that comes to their mind is Yahoo, fraudster. I mean, even when you are genuine, even when you just went there to school, there's just this bad stigma because it is rampant. It is
like
so
they always say, stereotypes are created from real life situations and real life incidents. Like when they say Yorubas like to eat pepper, a bunch of Yorubas actually do like to eat pepper, and other kinds of stereotypes. Now, there's a story that has been making waves on social media since the end of last week and into this week. There's a young man called Invictus Obi. He was featured in Forbes 30 under 30, very successful, known as one of the greatest entrepreneurs. People are already saying, I want to be like Invictus, I want to be like Invictus. Now, the FBI has uncovered a fraud of $12 million propagated by Invictus, the man that we have been celebrating in Nigeria as one of the greatest entrepreneurs. Now, he was caught in a very foolish manner, let me just say. Yes, the emails he used for the fraud were linking back to his original email. Like, it was, if you wanted to catch him, you would have caught him. Do you get?
Yeah.
So, and a lot of Nigerian entrepreneurs that do business outside the country are saying that this is going to take Nigerian entrepreneurs back like 5,000 steps, because it's already too difficult doing business in Nigeria. You go to the embassy, you drop your passports, they might have been going really well for you, and then you drop your green passport, and then they're like, sorry, this visa will not be available in the next 5 weeks. We have to do this, we have to do that. So we are back down to the reputation problem. Is that the biggest problem of fraud in Nigeria? If we think about the fact that maybe they're causing employment, maybe they're bringing more money, well, they're not really bringing more money into the country, but maybe they're distributing said money and keeping some businesses afloat. Would we say that the reputation problem is the biggest problem from internet fraud?
I would say reputation problem is the biggest problem. In being that it's already a problem for Nigerians to move around and get visas outside the country. It's already to genuine ones, and it's already giving us a bad name. So the major problem now, take Invictus for example. He has created a notion to everyone that he's doing so well, he's a good businessman, and now this comes out, and then you find out that he has been defrauding people. First of all, people will now want to check and overcheck and overcheck and check just to make sure that before they do business with this rich Nigerian, he is genuine. And that's going to give problems for upcoming investors who are actually genuine. Now, you step into the business and then they begin to back check you and then check your track record and they, just to make sure that they are not putting their hands into something.
They might not even check you, they just wouldn't do it with you.
Exactly. So, I'm just saying that, just the men mentioned, I mean, Nigerian is already an issue. Already an issue for...
So definitely for you, reputation destroying is the biggest problem from
I think it's the biggest...
Do you guys
yes, for me too, I actually go with Ejiro because like we said earlier, we already have this bad picture outside and now this comes out. So it's, I think... for a while, people will not want to do business with Nigeria because, it would take a while for us to get back our genuine image. Because for now, with this coming out, it's going to business investments are not going to really flow into Nigeria like they normally do. Because with this coming out, I really think it's already a bad picture. It's like a bad omen. So for me,
Auntie, we are not the only ones. What do you have to say about this?
I agree completely. That's why I didn't even bother to try to say anything because I was repeating what they say.
So definitely our reputation is what's taking the biggest hit. All right, so our time is fast spent. I know we have so much more to discuss when it comes to internet fraud in Nigeria. I'm going to have you guys give me your final thoughts, and I want you to use this as a line to guide yourself. Now, the federal government is saying that they're going to remove FX from food importation, basically banning it. So clearly, food is going to become more expensive, and some people have said that it's going to drive away foreign investors more from Nigeria. So the economy is taking a bigger hit. Unemployment is still a very, very big issue, and we're still producing graduates every other day who have no idea where they're going to get jobs. Now, looking at this and looking at Nigeria, do you guys think that we are going to survive? We're going to move out of this gutter that we are in any near future? Is there hope?
Can only pray.
Okay, so I'm going to say this. Now, first of all, I would say that one of the reasons and excuses why people are defrauding is because of the excuse that there is no job, there is no opportunities. And that is the reason why many people are coming out and saying, why not just take the shortcut? But I'm going to say that our government, our federal government needs to go back to the planning table and begin to make strategies to make sure that Nigerians are actually able to venture into things that are genuine. Because after all that's said and done, as much as we want to say, oh, let's go this way, and about the whole internet fraud, our government needs to do something about the economy, about the things that favor Nigerians so we can work well. And then no matter how much we want to say that internet fraud, we want to talk about internet fraud is still not good. It may be a shortcut, it may be a quick way to make money, but in the long run, what reputation are we putting for ourselves out there?
Okay, like she said, the government needs to go back to planning. Like, there should be youth empowerment scheme for youth. Different skills should be made readily available for them. And again, the government should also do a program, poverty alleviation scheme for Nigerians. And lastly, there should be laws concerning this internet fraud. Like, legislation should make laws that when you found doing this, penalties for your action. That's basically all I have to say.
And that's all we wrap up the conversation on the Breakfast Show this morning. For me, my final thoughts on this conversation will be believe in your journey. I think it is absolutely ridiculous, unimaginable that a young person that is 19, 18 or 20 wants to drive a car that is worth 25 million naira, 23 million naira, 15 million naira. It makes no sense. When it comes to life, there's stages and you have to follow all the rungs of the ladder. You cannot just wake up and want to have the exact same kind of money that a man that is 45 has, with all the work and investment he has put in there. People are meant to believe that the 20s has to be the greatest time of their life, where they have to do all the flexing, so they need all the money to do that. Your 30s are going to be fabulous, your 40s are going to be fabulous, and so are your 50s. Don't throw away your life right now for something you're still going to get in the future. My name is Joyce Church. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, TSN Nigeria Space TV. Like and follow us on all our socials, TSN Nigeria TV. Have yourself a splendid day. Good morning.